Alright, so this is going to be a video demonstrating supine pelvic flexion and extension. For demonstration purposes, I'm going to show you what it looks like from the side view, and then I'm going to demo it on the ground because we're going to use the ground as a little bit of a feedback tool, but it's kind of hard to see that movement on the ground. So supine pelvic flexion is going to be trying to pull your pelvis up into your stomach, and the extension is going to be unwinding that pattern going in the opposite direction. So from a side view, and not laying on the ground, pelvic flexion is going to be pulling the pelvis up and in, and as you come into this position, you want to feel lots of like lower ab activity. Going into extensions, the opposite direction, you should feel like a little bit of spinal erectors, and maybe not a whole lot since we're going to be laying on the ground and your spine's going to be supported. But again, pelvic flexion, pulling up and in, using the low abs, pelvic extension, extending everything out. So using the ground as a bit of a feedback tool to kind of ensure that you're getting that movement. So you're going to be on your back. I'm going to start by pushing your lumbar spine into the ground, so kind of getting rid of that natural curvature that exists in your spine. And then from there, I'm going to work on trying to pull the pelvis up into your stomach. You should get a little bit of lift off the ground with your hips, but the key here is to not use your lower body to push the pelvis off the ground, just to use your lower abs to kind of pull the pelvis off the ground. And then going in the opposite direction, we're going to extend, kind of unwind that flexion and arch the low back. Then going back into pelvic flexion, I'm going to pull the pelvis up and in. Again, think about trying to get this part of your spine, the lower part, kind of up into your stomach. You should get a little bit of lift if you have enough of that lower ab strength, and then slowly unwind it. And again, it's important as you go into pelvic flexion that you don't push off the ground with your lower body. So I'm not pushing through my legs, I'm just using my low abs to kind of pull my pelvis up.